And we've been talking about net neutrality for a while. Well, the end of net neutrality is here, at least for now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So the way the internet is regulated in the U.S. is changing. Tech expert Shelly Palmer is here with more. So you said earlier that, this might be much ado about nothing.
It is much ado about nothing. If you're a normal consumer, you can read a lot of sensationalist headlines that say the end of the internet is now, the death of the internet. None of that's true. What's happened is that in December, there was... they decided to repeal net neutrality. And what that meant was net neutrality, for those who don't know, for years, from 2015 to 2017, you were not allowed to block traffic. If there was a lawful website, you couldn't block that traffic. You couldn't throttle the speed of the broadband of a lawful website. And you couldn't have a paid prioritization lane, meaning you favoring somebody's traffic because they're paying you or you get some benefit. Now they've repealed all of that, and everybody's going, oh no, now everybody can charge us more, and the internet's going to be, it's going to be terrible because all the businesses that provide services to us can now charge us anything they want, do anything they want. This is all not true.
Because Congress still has to, pass it or regulate it somehow?
No. This is done.
It's a free marketplace.
We are back to where we were prior to 2015. The internet was here prior to 2015. It will be here after the net neutrality issue is over. What you have to know is that, honestly, this is important if you are a big business like Comcast or AT&T and you provide, or Verizon, and you provide services, you've just got a whole bunch of opportunities that you didn't have before. And if you're Netflix and if you're a content provider, you might be sad because you're thinking things are going to happen, but in practice, this is much ado about nothing.
But what about the smaller businesses? A lot of people are saying that net neutrality, because you're mentioning all these big conglomerates. What about the smaller companies? Will it hurt them?
So there is a hypothetical fear that somehow a small company would have a disadvantage without this kind of internet regulation. So far, it's purely hypothetical. Nobody's said, no one's raised their hand and gone, oh no, I'm being crushed by this regulation or lack of regulation. So please read about it. You can go to shellypalmer.com. There's a thing called the death of the internet. What happens now? Read it and just feel good about understanding how this came to be and why it really isn't going to matter to you.
Well, didn't the Democrats argue that it's going to censor content, that it was also going to charge additional fees and also hurt small companies?
Yes. They argued that, but they're all hypothetical arguments. None of that has happened.
None of that has played out.
None of it's ever happened. And so if it does, the FCC still has the right to go in and do what it's going to do. And in fact, they reinstated the Federal Trade Commission to oversee privacy with the repeal of net neutrality. So I think this is going to be fine. There are people on the other side of the aisle, and I'm being both sides. I'm not taking a side. If you're a Republican, you're going to feel a certain way. Here's the most important thing. If this changes with each administration. So if we get a Democratic president next administration, this is very likely to come back. Congress needs to pass a law. We don't have a law. These are regulations by the Federal Communications Commission that change every time the administration changes. So they're politically motivated. If you as a citizen want to change that, talk to your congressman, talk to your senator, and say, we need a law about net neutrality. And I think a lot of people agree with that. And if we had a law, then this wouldn't change every time we had a new administration. And really, this is likely to change back if the administration changes.
Yes, there's an important distinction there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so besides blocking, throttling, and paid prioritization.
Paid prioritization. So what they have now, it's now called Restore Internet Freedom. That's the name of the act. And what it does is it changes the way the internet's classified so they can regulate, unregulate it, if you will.
Well, Shelly, if it doesn't hurt my bottom line, then I'm all right with it right now.
Correct. And that's the whole point.
All right. Thank you.